Hi, it's Liam from Muscle Doctor, and today we're going to be looking at an athletic taping technique for the lateral collateral ligament. So that's the ligament on the lateral aspect of the knee. For this, we'll be using zinc oxide tiger tape for the rigid support and tiger tear for some of the bandaging over the top. So we'll begin with some anchors, making sure that we're far enough away from the patella and the popliteal space so that we avoid any pulling of the skin or restriction of the tendons and bones around the area that need to move. So with the patient in a semi-weight bearing position with knee slightly flexed, we're going to place the first roll of tape just superior to the knee with no tension at all. That bit's important, otherwise we could end up causing discomfort and potentially restricting blood supply. Flatten that out, and then we want the second anchor just below the tibial tuberosity, so into the muscle bulk of the calf. Again, no tension on that tape. There is no give in this zinc oxide rigid tape, so that will cause pain otherwise. So now onto the support. These are the strips of tape that are going to replicate the ligament, so lateral collateral ligament that connects the lateral femur to the lateral fibula. So let's begin by going superior and posterior. We're aiming to cross the knee just about the point that the lateral collateral ligament would be. So somewhere around there on the joint line itself. And you'll see that we've got the first strip coming just below the patella there, and also a similar angle posteriorly. Second strip, we're going to go with the same kind of angle, making sure that we cross the joint line right around the LCL, avoiding the patella, and a tear, making sure that we attach onto the anchor point. So every strip going forwards, we're going to just try to overlap and create a basket weave to give us some increased integrity and strength. So you can see that angle changing just slightly of the next strip of tape. So that's going to come just laterally to this bit of tape here, and the same thing with the next one. And so we can start to very quickly build up those layers with a basket weave. And the more layers there are up to a certain point, crucially with that slightly different direction of tape, the more strength and integrity there's going to be on this crossover point just here. So final two strips are going to be more or less straight. Just making sure that we cover the LCL or where it would be. And you can see this isn't the tidiest of tape jobs, no problem there at all, because we're covering this over with the tiger tear afterwards to tidy it all up and give some more generalized support around the knee. So we've got all of the supportive strips there that we need to replicate the lateral collateral ligament. So let's just tidy up all these ends of tape with one more strip over the top. So it will tidy things up. It's also going to keep the tape where it needs to be and stop it from peeling off. I'm trying to overlap that bottom anchor just by a fraction. We've got one strip of tape sat directly on top of another. It tends to get heavy and make it more likely to peel itself off. So we're done with the zinc oxide. Now we're onto the tiger tear. With this, we want to make sure that we cover as much of the knee joint as possible. Leaving the patella, you'll see there's a diamond, which we've already got two parts of just there with this tape, that we're going to leave, as well as the popliteal space. So let's begin by making sure all of this zinc oxide is covered. Try and get it as straight and flat as possible, because otherwise it can get quite uncomfortable. I'm going to go around a couple of revolutions, and then we're looking for these different sides of this diamond. So the first one, we're going to cover the medial aspect. And we're coming around the posterior side, and we need to make sure we tidy up all this zinc oxide again. So round with a couple of revolutions, and this time we come the opposite way. And if you try and memorize the order, don't bother. We're just looking for different parts of that diamond that we've not yet filled in. So we're going to loop around the knee, and now we can see the next pass that we need, which is just there. Leaving that patella, ending up with a little diamond where that patella will sit. And then coming back around the lateral side to finish off that diamond there for the patella. A couple of revolutions round just above the thigh to make sure it's on straight and secure, and we can tear that off there. And we may want to finish that off with some electrical tape to support all of the tape where it's on. Just make sure to not put that on under any tension. So there's a general athletic taping technique for support of the lateral collateral ligament.